Hello, quick editor's note from Madi here. Our podcast actually is on Apple Podcasts now on the iTunes store, so if you want to subscribe, it is completely free, as well as the app. So if you want to listen to our podcast through the podcast app, that is now available. Now, I'm a broke college student, so I am doing a free program right now that posts on Apple Podcasts only 2 hours a month. So I'm planning on probably spacing it out for the trial, but before I start paying money, full disclosure. So if you want to listen on Apple Podcasts, I'll probably be spacing out the episodes every other week instead of every week. But if you want to stay up to date with our podcasts, they will be posted to YouTube every week like normal. So that's the update for now. And yeah, enjoy. Okay. You're recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay. Hey!
Hey!
Welcome back to the podcast, you guys. Episode 3. It's virtual this time.
Virtual podcast.
No one else is going to be able to tell.
No. We are talking.
Recording.
Yeah, we're FaceTiming over the computer right now and recording on our phones.
Wow, we're so...
We are
tech-savvy.
redefining technology as it is known.
Okay, so... Life has been
quite hectic this past just weekend alone.
Mm-hmm.
A lot has went on. I think we're both fairly busy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much all the time. And when I say busy, I just even mean busy in the sense of just finding time to even just take me time. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
I can count that as being busy because when I have them, because I think we both have deprived ourselves for so long of just having me time. Yeah. And so I think when we get that now, we both really value that. So yeah, I just think life just in this past week has been crazy busy.
I agree. So how has your life been busy this week, Adam?
Oh my goodness gracious. So, yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, that was
and
fun.
I think what I was telling Maddie earlier is being single on Valentine's Day.
And both of us are single, by the way.
Yeah, both of us are still single.
And fucking hating it.
Single sisters. I think what makes it difficult is not the fact of oh my god, I want somebody so bad, but it's I told you earlier, I start off Valentine's fine. I'm I'm okay, it doesn't bother me. And then it's as the day goes on, I'm wow, I genuinely am alone.
Yeah, I know. That's how I felt, because my parents came up and visited me this weekend, and that was fun. It was good to see them. Usually they drive me batshit crazy, but this weekend I actually had a really good time. I got out of my house. I went snowshoeing because it snowed this weekend, and it was really fun. And then literally the second they left, I broke down into tears. Oh my god, I don't know. I think it was all of this stuff that built up that I wasn't able to... I'm going to take one side of my headphones off because I literally can't hear myself talk. I don't know. I think it was just a bunch of stuff built up over the past week that I kind of just let out all at once, and it was a lot. Because I don't really cry anymore. I used to cry all the time, and it's been quite a while since I've shed a tear, so...
It's so funny. I'm kind of the same but the opposite. When I watch a movie or something, or you know me, when I see an old person, I easily cry. But when it has to do with me and my personal life, when it has to do with something that affected me, I can't cry.
Same.
I can easily cry at a movie. I can easily cry at something else, but when it has to do with me, I can't cry.
No, I can't either.
And then sometimes I sit there and I'm I try to push it.
Make yourself.
I try to push it because I feel weird that I can't, but
yeah.
But yeah, Valentine's happened, and I've never had a Valentine. I know you were in a relationship during Valentine's Day,
but I never.
Yeah,
I never celebrated Valentine's.
Right. So it's I've never had a Valentine's. I'm used to it, but it just would be nice to have that and obviously I have you, I have other people, but it's sometimes we yearn for...
And this is what people preach every Valentine's Day to people who are single and, don't have families and, whatever. It's, Valentine's Day is about, showing love. But I felt, and, we went through a little whatever. So I felt very...
A little kiki. We had a little kiki.
We can have a little conversation. I just felt very alone on Valentine's Day, and I think that kind of was hard too, because I just felt like I had absolutely no one. My roommate was gone, so majority of the day I was just sitting alone on my couch, and I just like cried and watched Kitchen Nightmares and played video games. So that was my Valentine's Day.
I love that.
You know. But it's like, yeah, I get it though. Like, it would be nice. Like, I think I was just overthinking the fact that I was alone, and then a bunch of stuff was built up from the week, and I don't know. It was hard. Valentine's Day sucked.
Yeah. Because I think, again, like, being someone who is single on Valentine's Day, and that's kind of all you're focusing on, like, all aspects of your life, like, every type of relationship comes into play of, like, oh, dang, I am really lonely. Mm-hmm. Like, not even just in a romantic way, like, friendships, family relationships, like, everything. Like you said, like, your parents left, and then you felt really lonely. Mm-hmm. Which I thought your parents were going to stay longer.
I asked them to, but they wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day, too, Like, they didn't want to spend Valentine's Day with their daughter. Like, that's not fair. Like, they're empty nesters now. They probably just wanted some alone time, which I completely understand. Like, I wanted them to stay, and because, my roommate wasn't coming back till later, so I wanted them to stay an extra night, but, they wanted to go do their own thing. They wanted to go out to dinner and enjoy literally being alone.
Maybe we could talk about, I know, if you want to talk about it, I think it would be a good, public message.
I think so, too.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, you start the conversation, Shoddy.
Wait, what are we talking about? What did you think I was going to say?
What did you think?
What did you think? Oh, you're talking about our fight we had?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about. But yeah, we could talk about that.
No. What were you gonna say?
No, we can talk about that.
No, let's just talk about that. Tell me what you were gonna say.
I was gonna talk about. I know it's emotional for you, but I was gonna see if you wanted to talk about your.
Oh yeah, I can. I mean, that was another thing that totally. I had a old manager that passed away in a wrong way, drunk driving situation last week. And here's the thing with me. And usually we don't like to get dark or, like, depressing or sad on this podcast, because it's all, like, we just want to joke around and stuff. But, like, I think this is important. Like, everyone grieves differently. Everyone deals with death differently. Like, I have had very weird experiences with death. Like, I haven't had a lot of them. And the only death experiences I've had are with grandparents. And both of my grandparents died super sudden. One of them I wasn't close to. One of them I was. But I didn't cry over either of them. Like, I don't know why I always felt very guilty for not showing any emotion for my grandparents dying. Like, they both died of the same cancer a year apart. And the hard part for me was seeing how it affected my family, like, and, like, the people around me, and not so much me. Because, I mean, I still to this day, like, I barely think about him. And I think it's just, maybe it's a way of coping. I don't know. Like, obviously I look at pictures and I, like, reminisce, and I think maybe it's because he had a long, really good life, and that's maybe why. I mean, the way he died was awful, and it didn't have to happen, but it did, but I think more for me, like, my manager that passed away, like, he had a really, like, a 2-year-old son and a wife, and, like, I only knew him for a couple months because I only had that job for a few months, but, like, I was the youngest person there, and I didn't really have a connection to him, but I sobbed my eyes out on Sunday about him, and I have no idea why, and I felt, again, like, I feel this guilt for crying over him, and so it's almost like a double negative. It's like, I feel guilty for not crying over my grandparents, and now I feel guilty crying over, my manager, because it's like, I didn't even know him. There's people that are closer to him that are hurting more than me, that should be hurting more than me, and, like, I had no idea why I was so upset over it. It was really strange to me.
Yeah. That's weird. Like, when my grandmother passed away, mm-hmm. the first couple of months were very hard, and everybody grieves death differently, but after that, like, I just would not cry. And I used to feel really weird about that. Like, shouldn't I be more upset that, like, my grandmother literally passed away, but I didn't? And I think what's so different is, for people who are close to us, I feel like, they were so close to us for so long. And, like, with, like, your grandfather, like, obviously you knew him and you saw him often. Yeah. And when he passed away,
he lived really close to me. Like, I saw them all the time.
I think there's a subconscious guilt when people die that we don't know, especially in tragic situations like your manager. Like, we weren't close to them, and it's like, I think there's something subconsciously in us, like, we didn't really know that person, and that makes us feel guilty.
Mm-hmm.
I think that subconsciously happens to people when things like that happen.
But I feel guilty for crying over him, and I didn't know him very well. Like, and I was confused as to why I was crying over him and not my grandpa, you know? Like, that was really strange to me. But I think it's just because I think it was, one, I think it was everything built up from this week. And two, I think it was just the way he went was so tragic and awful. And I think that made me upset, like, thinking about, you know, my coworkers that were really upset. So I think it was just all of that, like, thinking about all of that, thinking about his son, like, all of that. I think it was, like, really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was really strange because I deal with death very strangely.
Mm-hmm. Remember when that one time, that story you told about when you were at the funeral and then something happened and you started laughing?
Yes, so I can tell that story. When my first grandfather died of pancreatic cancer, I wasn't super close to him. I saw him maybe once a year, but, like, if that, like, I never, and he didn't really know me very well, like, and, you know, his relationship with my dad, whatever, it's complicated. I don't even talk to that side of the family anymore, which sucks, but, so when he died, he served in the Air Force, so they had, like, a military themed, like it's a fucking birthday party, like a military.
I'm so sorry.
Like a military send off, you know,
God.
like where they have guns and like they fold the flag and they hand it to the wife and like all of that.
Yeah.
And so my family was there, but it was a small funeral place in Oregon, and I was like, I didn't know that the guns were a thing. So they were away, like on a hill, like far away.
Yeah.
So they didn't give us a warning. They just kind of started happening. And I started laughing because I like literally jumped out of my seat because all these guns started going off. And I felt terrible for laughing literally at my grandfather's funeral. But again, like, I can't take that shit seriously. But I think it's just like, I don't know. I guess maybe it's the way I was raised. I've always been raised to, like, celebrate death and, like, kind of honor people in a different way. So maybe when people die, like, I don't like being sad about it because that's not what those people would want. Like,
right.
I don't know. Like, the grieving process is very foreign to me. Like,
it's different for everybody, yeah.
I don't think I've experienced enough like, I've lost dogs and I've cried over my dogs dying because that's a whole different kind of love, but I don't get it. And I can't control it. Like, I literally think I'm a sociopath, but I'm not, because I feel emotions, but it's just when it comes to death, I think it's just such a weird subject and such a weird thing to happen.
Well, and I've only ever lost one person in my life that's been crucial to, you know, that I would ever think about that. Like, I've never experienced death before. My grandmother passed away, or nothing really after. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you know, yeah, I guess we're all just weird. Oh, well.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was hard this week to hear about that.
Yeah. But now I guess we can pivot and talk about what you thought I mentioned. Just completely 180 degrees.
I love how in the last episode, Ariana asked us if we fought often, and then you said yes, and I said no.
But we do. I mean, we really don't. When we fight, we have, like, mini fights.
We have a pretty healthy relationship. We do. Are you fucking kidding me? Compared to other people?
You guys can't see us, but I just made a face.
We have a pretty healthy friendship.
No, we do.
Could our communication be a little better?
Could your communication be a little better? Absolutely.
Could your communication be a little better? Don't even fucking start with me right now.
Oh my god, literally.
Not kidding.
Literally. So, basically, the moral of the fight is Madi is very sensitive to friendship.
Adam is very sensitive. That's the moral of the story.
Maddie and I, was it yesterday? Literally on Valentine's Day.
No, wait, no. It was Valentine's Day. Oh,
Which
yesterday was Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Literally, so Maddie and I, you know, like, we talk every day.
But Adam has been really busy, and I wasn't mad at him for being busy. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm not a psycho bitch.
Let's pull up the receipts. No.
Let me explain, because the receipts don't do it justice. This is why we're having this conversation now.
And because I don't like talking over text and figuring things out over text anyways, so.
Right. But anyways, Adam has been really busy with school, which I knew that, and I accepted that, and I was fine with that. But here's my thing. It takes 2 seconds to be like, hey, I'm a little busy right now. I'll talk to you later. Because here's the thing. Or, hey, Maddie, I need a little me time. Can I talk to you tomorrow? It takes 2 seconds to send a text. And I understand that when you're not thinking about that at the time.
But it also takes 2 seconds for Maddie to go, okay. Because you do that sometimes. Like, if I... And here's the thing, too. Like, when I am busy...
I did that when we were fighting because I didn't want to fucking fight with you anymore.
If you texted me in the morning, like yesterday, we texted. We said Happy Valentines. Like, we were talking, and then
that was
we
after
FaceTimed.
You haven't talked to me.
We FaceTimed.
I FaceTimed you because you didn't respond to my text.
We FaceTimed. Are we literally gonna fight live on air?
Yes.
Like, is that what's gonna happen?
Yes.
Okay, so we FaceTimed.
Healthy.
We FaceTimed, and what did I said something, and you got really offended, and you said, okay, and then you hung up.
No, because I said, haven't talked to you, because you hadn't responded to me. Like, I texted you back that morning, and then you said absolutely nothing for, like, an hour. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna FaceTime him, because I wonder what he's up to. And then you were literally laying in bed, on your phone, and I said,
I was on my phone,
hey.
you FaceTimed me!
I said, hey, and you're like, hey, and I said, haven't talked to you in a while. And you were like, okay. And I said...
I did not say it.
Yes,
like
you
that.
did. You
No,
literally
I
did not give a fuck. And I said, okay. And I hung up because I was like, not going to take it.
I don't think that was the whole... I don't think that's
Yes, it was.
what made you hang up. No,
The
I don't. I think there was
conversation
more.
30 seconds long.
Maybe.
The conversation was 30 seconds long.
But here's the thing that you do.
Like, because you knew that you weren't responding to me. That's the thing. It's not like you didn't know that you weren't responding.
Here's the thing. Usually when we fight, you get upset, hang up on me, don't text me, and then you disappear for like a couple of hours.
I do not hang up on you.
Maddie, you literally hung
We
up on me.
don't fight on FaceTime. We fight over
You
text.
hung up on me the other day on FaceTime!
Yeah, because you were being rude.
So apparently, according to her, we had a 30-second conversation where I said one thing, and that was rude.
Yes.
So
because you didn't care.
Here's the thing. Here's
the
and
carelessness.
this is good.
It was the carelessness for me.
Careful.
It was the carelessness for me.
No, here's the thing, and this can be good for all friend groups. And so, you see that?
Yeah.
They don't, but anyways, here's the thing. You like to disappear for a couple of hours and just think that's okay, and you don't like to fix it because you don't like to fix things. You just kind of like to have your moment and be upset. You probably talk shit about me to somebody or in your head, and then you probably like hang up on the phone with me and you're like, oh, I fucking can't get out of it right now. Just never mind. And you disappear for a couple hours, and then you text me and you're like, just like nothing ever happened.
No, the conversation continued after you hung up. After I hung up.
This was like one of the first times it's ever happened because usually I just let you go. Because I know that that's the way you like to move on from things.
Yeah, and you went off.
But I don't.
I wasn't going to take it.
I don't. Are you kidding me? In high school, this Miss Ma'am here
We aren't
used
in
to
high
go
school.
off on me all the time. It doesn't matter. It's proper communication. So I texted her. And I said, no, genuinely, like, what I was just like, what is wrong? And like
I
texted
explained to you, and you did not give a fuck.
No, you jumped to conclusions, and what you did is you said, I guess my feelings don't matter. When out of left field, that came out of left field because I texted you, and that was nowhere in the conversation.
Pull up
like,
the receipts. That is such bullshit.
Literally, I want to see what I said before that. Hold on. I said, let's go from context.
I can pull up the receipts.
I already have it.
Okay, well, I can do it too.
Okay.
We should read it like how we meant it.
Oh my God.
That's a fun little
Okay,
segment.
Sure, we could do that. This segment is called Reading Our Text Like We Meant It.
Okay, so I'm going to go first.
So let's start. Where do you want to start?
No, I'll start. On February. I literally almost said Febcember. I've only had a little bit of vodka. I don't know what's going on. I said Palmer was so good. Oh my God. Because I watched a movie. It was 10:21. I knew he was home already.
Actually, no, I wasn't home.
Wow.
I was still out. Context, that day was the last day of this festival I was a part of when we talked in the morning, and I told you I was going to be at my friend's house, and I said I was going to be gone all day, and you said okay, and I said I will probably talk to you.
But you don't communicate what gone all day means. I assume that by
all
whatever,
day,
6 p.m.
All day. You know what all day means.
12 a.m. to 12 a.m.?
I was there until 10:30.
Oh, so 10:21. So you couldn't have responded to my... Wow. See, this is exactly what I mean. Stupid fucking bitch.
Hold on.
This is exactly what I mean. You left at 10:30. You got home at 11. I know you laid in bed and was on your phone for a bit. You could have responded.
You was on your phone for a bit. Okay.
You could have responded and you didn't.
No.
So that's what I mean. It takes 2 seconds to respond and be like, "Hey, I'll talk to you tomorrow."
But to me,
I wouldn't have been offended.
But to me, that isn't important.
But to me, that is, and that's what I meant. Like,
and so it's good we
mean.
communicated that yesterday, because if we didn't, we would have never known that.
It's important to me, and I told him this at the start. I said, it's important to me that you communicate so I don't feel like I'm being ignored. And he said, well, I don't work like that. And I'm like,
you don't communically. Literally, you hang up.
I said that to you.
Thank God I am not fucking there right now, because I literally punch you. Literally, Maddie. Every time you get mad at me, you disappear for 2 hours and we don't talk about it anymore.
No,
if it wasn't me texting you, if it wasn't me texting you yesterday, afterwards, after when you hung up on me on FaceTime, then we would have never even communicated in the first place.
I almost didn't respond because I was so mad at you.
Okay, anyways, let's go to the conversation yesterday. So yesterday at 8:50 a.m., you go ahead. You can read the part as you.
I sent him a happy Valentine's because he didn't respond to my texts from the previous night. So I wanted him to honestly, I wanted to wait till he texted me in the morning, but I just decided to be a good friend and text him first.
She didn't
So I said,
that.
Happy Valentine's. And then I sent him a video of me in the snow. It's really funny. And then he said, Happy Valentine's Day, love.
No, I'm reading me.
Oh,
Don't you fucking come for me like that. So you texted, first of all, at 8:50 and I responded like 20 minutes later because I had genuinely just woken up because I have been sleeping in.
And that doesn't
Okay, perfect.
Me.
So let's read this.
I'm not a psycho bitch. Like, I don't need you to text me 2 seconds after I text you, but I don't.
Sometimes.
No.
I said, Happy Valentine's Day, love. And I said, all that video is so precious.
I said, it's so funny.
Okay, so that happened.
At 9:24. And then I called, and then he didn't respond. And then I called him at 10:15.
Hold on, before you come for me, how do I check what time on this?
I'm checking the receipts. You don't need to worry about that.
No, okay. 9:24, you texted me, it's so funny.
And then he never texted me back. And then...
Because again, I had just woken up.
Well, whatever. And then I called him, and then... Whatever,
okay.
We already
the call happened. The 30-second call happened. And yesterday at 10:15, I said, what did I do? If you can't text me and communicate, then I'm not filming the podcast later with you.
Which is so petty. It's so rude.
Are you kidding? You are literally Patricia the petty person. Like,
that was so fucking... Still, that was so immature. Like, like you're giving me an ultimatum. Like, that's a fucking privilege.
No, because you do that.
Whatever, Adam.
Okay.
I said... For sure, blame me for not communicating.
And I said, I'm talking about right now communicating.
I said, I don't understand. Like, you go on your phone, you watch, he watches, I knew he was on his phone, and he didn't respond to me, but he watches my Instagram stories, watches my Snapchat stories.
Which is so funny, because I posted on my story yesterday, and I saw that you saw it, but when I called you 3 times last night, you didn't respond to me, even by texting me back. I told you I was
out. I told you I was out.
Maddie, you literally have told me several times you always have your phone on you. I know you do. So
I was with my roommate.
You couldn't have texted me a 2-second text saying I'm busy right now.
I was trying to give you a taste of your medicine.
Boom, I win. Boom, I win.
No, you don't.
The podcast is over. Thank you guys for coming.
No, you already apologized earlier today, so I'm kind of over it.
Did I apologize?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't.
You said it was your fault, so I said, okay. That's good enough for me. I said, you watch my stories. If you're busy, just text me that you're busy instead of ignoring me. And then you were like, I was literally responding to you
I said, because you always do this. You get mad at me and just shut me out. I said, I was literally responding to you on Snap too, because I was responding to you on Snap yesterday morning.
In the morning.
In that filler time of when we were texting and from when we FaceTimed. You literally messaged me on Snap.
I didn't even see those until after, so.
That's your fault! That's your fault then! And then she said, question mark. And I said, I never said I was busy, though.
Which makes you look worse, actually. Because if you weren't busy, you would have texted me.
I had just woken up!
Are you talking about last night or last morning? Or whatever.
Yesterday morning, I'm talking about
yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning, I never said I was busy.
But I wasn't talking about that. So you were confused to make yourself look better.
You were no. You knew I was busy the night before, so that wouldn't have any context. So why would I need to reiterate that I was or wasn't busy? Because you knew I was busy the night before. Are we this is what the podcast is going to be? Is literally just us fighting on camera?
Yeah.
Okay, love it. And I literally said that in the text. I said yesterday I was busy and you knew that. And then Maddie decides to go off.
I said, I know you're on your phone at some point. I don't understand how you can't just be like, hey, I'll talk to you later instead of not responding, period. I texted you last night and then again this morning and you didn't respond to my text. And then you didn't respond like I never texted you at all. So.
And so I said, because you texted me that when I was sleeping, Maddie.
Oh, I texted you. Oh, I thought you left at 10:30. That's interesting. I thought you left the house at 10:30.
Talking about this morning. See, this is my perfect Adam lesson number 972. This is why texting never ever solves anything, because text can be misinterpreted, as very much ours are all the time. But
here's how Adam and I's friendship always has gone. Even when we were in really, and we're not even in a rough spot right now. When we were in, shut the fuck up. When we were in worse spots, no matter what, and this is why Adam and I have been friends all these years, and we haven't dropped each other, because we are adult enough to have conversations about it. We'll have petty text conversations like this, but we're mature enough to call each other and film a podcast about it. But, you know what I mean? And I'm not even talking about right now.
We are mature, and some of us are just more mature to start the conversation, because the other person wouldn't.
Oh my god. I left the ball in your court. I wanted you to call me today.
Don't even say that. That's a trigger. That's a trigger statement for me, because used to say that to me. That's a trigger statement, and you know that. So you're a fucking bad person. Anyways. So she went on that blurb, and I said, you texted me that when I was asleep, Maddie. And she said, when are you planning on responding again? Regardless, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. And I said, I don't know, because in my eyes, I don't really think it matters. And then Miss Mans comes out of left field.
I said, it matters to me. And then I said, but my feelings don't matter, I guess.
But out of left field.
Because all of a sudden you started talking about what you were, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You weren't listening to me.
Where? You were the one who was the majority typing. And I was just responding, and I said...
You want to talk about majority typing?
I said, okay, well, it's something I can try and work on, but regardless of how much I talk to you in a singular day, it doesn't mean it's going to affect our friendship. And I said, I can try and work on that. Never, ever, ever did you say, number one, you never apologized for shit. Number two.
I don't need to apologize for shit.
But you just said, I apologize, and you said, okay, and that's good enough for you. That's not how this should work.
Yes, because you're the one who made me angry at the beginning. This is why this started, because you pissed me off.
I didn't make you angry. You got angry on your own
I don't need to apologize for being pissed off. Do I? Do I need to apologize for being angry?
You need to be present in the conversation and realize this is a friendship and it works two ways.
We're spilling hot tea right now.
We broke up on set, not clickbait. Oh my. Anyways, this is what's very
not important.
This is what's very powerful about Maddie and I's friendship is we do have these little tiffs and whatever, but we work through it one way or another.
No matter what. No matter what
happens, we work through it.
Well, first of all, the fact that Valentine's Day started like that ruined my day. And then the rest of the day, I felt
and then she made that seem like it was my fault.
And I already felt like shit because it was Valentine's Day. So, whatever. It is what it is at this point.
Sometimes, Maddie and I both have our separate flaws. And sometimes we both have a bad habit of reading into things too much and then saying shit that is just, out of anger. We both do that, and you know that.
Yeah, so I know we both do.
Okay.
Obvi.
So, but yeah, that was yesterday. That Valentine's Day was jam-packed.
Oh, yeah. Valentine's Day was quite a time.
I went through I'm going to call it a breakup, because it basically was.
I guess, yeah.
I went through another awful breakup / split away / whatever you want to call it yesterday. Here's my advice. When a man you're talking to, no matter how long it's been, constantly talks about other men that aren't you and what they've done with them every time you hang out. If that happens, that's a red flag. And red flag. That is your immediate escape. Like, get out of there. If they talk about, no matter if this man's is a friend, if the other person is a whatever, if this man's that you're romantically interested in and you guys are building a connection, if all they ever do is talk about other men or other women or whatever, then you need to get out of there. But me being too nice, I was like, okay, like, I can forgive that. And then Mr. Mans, like, literally, we were supposed to hang out last night on Valentine's Day, and he was like, well, I had other plans. And basically made it known that I was his second choice.
Yeah.
After we had literally talked a couple weeks ago about how we were going to start over. But no, he had other plans with someone else. Who he claimed was just a friend. But he literally made reservations at a fancy restaurant. He literally made reservations. Yes, he literally made reservations at this really fancy Italian restaurant. And and was going to go pick him up. Like, that is not like, I'm sorry.
No, that's
like,
not just a friend.
And even if it was, I know him, and I know what his intentions were.
Yes, and you guys weren't a thing. You guys weren't official, but you had been talking for a little bit now, and you know, we're trying to start something up romantically, and yeah, you deserve better than that. That's not fair.
Yeah.
You dodged a bullet there. And Valentine's Day sucked, but you dodged a bullet.
Yeah. No, a big, huge, fat old bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's to more single Valentine's Days.
Cheers. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And hey, if you listen to our podcast and you like it, tell your friends.
Oh, yeah. Please tell your friends.
We are just a couple of teenagers who live through teenage scenarios and teenage problems who just are here to relay our information and help you through your own personal life story. So go tell your friends, spread the word. This is a very accepting, safe space.
Yes.
Where we literally can argue in front of you on camera.
Yeah.
Well, no camera. I mean, you
no
can't
camera.
see us, but...
Yeah. Subscribe, download, follow us on Buzzsprout or whatever. Or
leave a package of raw meat at my door, like raw steaks. Omaha steaks are very good. If you want to do that, I can send you my address. Just don't stalk me, because my house has been TP'd before, so.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. You never found out who that was, did you?
No. That's a story for another episode. We can talk about that.
We have so many stories.
Oh, my God. We literally do.
So many stories and not enough time.
No, never enough time.
Hours and hours of trauma.
Hours of drama. Trauma galore. If you look under your chairs... Trauma!
Trauma for you. Trauma for you.
And you get a trauma. You get a trauma. You get a trauma. Yeah.
Love it.
Anyways.
All right, well, come back every Wednesday. What?
I said come back every Wednesday.
Come back every Wednesday and for new episodes.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
Hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day.
I hope everyone is doing well, staying healthy, and I know we're in the middle of a pandemonium right now. But just, stay true to you and follow the rules.
Okay, bye.
Bye.